Hello and welcome back to Backroads and Boondocks. Today we're going to continue our exploration of the Hemlock Grove Trail. We're going to walk along the Boulder Alley. We're going to wiggle our way through Fat Man Squeeze, and be sure to stay tuned to the end because we're going to see a 300 million year old tree. So if you're ready to go, why don't you come on along with me and let me show you around. Well, here we are at the steps where we left off on our last adventure. So if you're ready to get going again, let's move on along up the trail and see what's up ahead. Okay, now we're on a section of the trail that they call Boulder Alley. And I think I know why they call it that. Look at the size of these rocks. And they probably came off that hill over there. I would have not wanted to have been here when those rocks came crashing down off that hill. This is really, really amazing. Oh, we've come upon another bridge. Look at the size of that boulder. Ground's a little rough here. Watch your step. I have to say, this is one of the prettiest trails I've been on. And I have not seen another person. Well, trail heads on up the hill. Let's follow it. Coming on up the trail, we've come up upon some more storm damage. It's another one of those big trees. Some smaller trees. That one wasn't quite as big as that one. Look at the size of this one. This must have been another one of the old fellas. Look how big that tree is. Look at the size of that stump. Oh, breaks my heart to see these old giants go. Okay, well, we're getting ready to get up on a bridge and cross the creek. So let's move on and do it. Well, we've reached a fork in the road. One way is Fat Man Squeeze and the other is the alternate route. Well, you know what? Let's go to Fat Man Squeeze. Let's walk on over there and see what it is. Here we are at the mouth of Fat Man Squeeze. That looks pretty small. Well, I'm going to go through it and I'm going to take you with me. So here we go. Oh my goodness. This is tight. Here we come out the other side. That's quite a climb out of this thing. And that's what it looks like from the other side. That was pretty neat. Formed by two giant boulders slammed together there. Very interesting. All right, we managed to pick our way down that hill there through all those fallen trees. Man, there's a lot of storm damage on this side of that rock. Show you this. That is the bridge we were on earlier looking up this way. So we're at the top of what was normally that little waterfall. Getting ready to cross the stream. Just not much water in it right now, which is probably a good thing since I have to cross it. So too, if you look right there, you can see the rock steps going up the hill. That's the trail moving out of here. Now this big tree's been down a while. It's got moss growing on it, but that's another one of those big trees. One of the old folks. And I'll tell you right now, when you go to cross this stream, be careful. Last time I was here, I slipped and I fell and bounced down to about there. So these top rocks are slick. So take your time and pick your footing carefully. All right, I'll meet you guys on the other side. I just wanted to show you guys this. Now we came in the alternate way, which is over here, but we're gonna go back out on the main trail. I highly recommend that you use the main trail coming in and out. I had not been on an alternate trail before, and while it's pretty, it's very rough. So especially if you have kids and you're going to bring them here, stick to the main trail. It's heading on up that way, so let's move on up. Well, here we are, pretty decent ways up the trail from the last place we were, and another one of these boulder alleys. Man, this is really nice. There is so much to see on this trail. And of course, trail keeps going up. So we're climbing our way back up out of this little valley. All right, let's move along. Well, we're just a little ways up from that rock walk we just did. And here's another one of these grills. The position of this one makes no sense whatsoever. We are out here and there is nothing around. I don't know why anyone would carry food down to here or even know that it was here. As you can see, it's got the doors, pegs that hold, and it's completely made out of stone. So this thing's been sitting out here in the woods for 90 years and looks like it would probably still work. Just doesn't make any sense where it's out here. Okay, well, I think we're about out of the valley, so let's keep moving. Okay, we are back where the trails meet. Now this Hemlock Trail is a loop trail, and that's where we just came up out of, and that's where we walked down earlier. So definitely stay on the main trail. That way the loop will bring you here, and we're getting ready to go back out this way, which will bring us up behind the lodge. There's quite a bit of steps this way, but it's way easier to do than the way we came in. So let's move on up, and I'll give you a look at the steps. Okay, we've walked up the trail a little ways, and this is the first set of steps. It's quite picturesque, but it's a lot of steps. So we're going to walk up these, and then there'll be another set, and I'll show you those when we get to the top of these. So let me start climbing. Okay, we are at the last set of steps. These steps will bring you up into the parking lot behind the lodge. Now, you would think this would probably finish us for today, but it doesn't. I'm actually going to show you a tree that's way older than anything you've seen today. So when we get to the top of these steps, stay with me here and let me show you a super old tree. Okay, here we are. This is the oldest tree we're going to see today. This tree is 300 million years old. Okay, technically it's not a tree anymore, it's a fossil, but still, it was a tree. There's another piece of it right there. And there's the sign in front of it. Let me step up here. And the sign reads, a fossil tree. About 300 million years ago, during the Pennsylvania period of geologic time, a stately tree growing in this area died and became buried in the sediments. As time passed, the plant material decayed and was carried away by water. The resulting cavity gradually became filled with fine grains of sand, and when the sand consolidated into rock, this cast of the original tree was formed. This fossil is a type of lycopod. The tree-sized members of this group were among the largest plants growing in the coal-producing swamps, which once flourished here. Modern lycopods are small and herbaceous, including plants like club moss and ground pine. This fossil tree was discovered 4 miles from here in 1953 by the late W.B. Miracle and donated to Pine Mountain State Resort Park by his wife, Rachel. And there's 2 pictures on the sign there of what the tree looked like. So there you go, folks. How many of you can say that you saw a 300 million year old tree? Very interesting. Well, I don't know what I can do to top this, folks, so that's going to wrap it up for today. Please be sure to give us a like down there, and don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you know when we put up new material. Thanks again for coming today, folks, and we'll see y'all next time.